Welcome to the Chaos Communication Congress in 2005. Welcome everybody. Very glad you're here. I'm just giving a short introduction to the Congress, to our facilities, what we have here, what's in store. I'm going to talk about who we are and what we are not. Dive just a bit into the Congress history, not too much. Explain the facilities we've set up this year. We tried hard to improve on the last year. And I'm going to dive a bit into the conference program. I'm not going to explain all the talks because it's just far too much. We got 150 talks this year. And, well, I'll show you where you can look for that. I'm also going to point to a couple of projects, although this list is extensive and I'm not able to cover everything like this. And then I will hand over to the keynote speech, which should be the center of this opening. So, you are here hosted by the Chaos Computer Club. And as you might know, CCC is pretty old organization, and we've been here for a long time. This is this 22nd Chaos Communication Congress, and I just saw a video of the second Congress in 1985, and if you compare that to what we have now, well, we came a long way. And still, we are fighting for the same thing. It's still the hacker image in the public that's somehow distorted. So I think it's pretty necessary to always reiterate on what we are and what we are not. And I'm starting what we are not. And we are not criminals. Keep that in mind. Hacking is about freedom, and hacking is about achieving things and understanding the world outside, which is more and more filled with technology. And if you don't understand the technology, you don't understand your world. And if you don't understand your world, you're fucked. So we're not criminals. But we're also not the almighty Übergeeks. Yeah? Although some people probably think we are. And we can get into everything and opening bank accounts or whatever. But that's not the point. It's more, if somebody really wants to explore, if somebody really wants to get into things, then he's probably a hacker. And that's enough. You don't have to be number one in every respect. But it's always important that you want to get into things, want to understand how it works. And if you do that, then you're a hacker, and then you are definitely at the right place here. And we are not fixing your Windows box. And we are not to be ignored. Hackers have a voice, and we're going to show this here in the next 4 days. I'm pretty sure about this. So what we are. We are concerned. Hackers are a group of people who think about how the world works and how it should work probably in a better way. I'm not saying we have a solution for everything, but at least we're thinking about this. And that's important. And we are totally committed to do this. This scene lasts for, I don't know, 30, 40 years. And in this video I mentioned, somebody asked, one of these press guys asked, well, in the future, is this going to stay the same? Are you still going to put the same pressure on these issues? Wow answered and said, yes, I don't see any reason why not. And that's just the case. That's good. And we're furious. We really mean it. We're really concerned about these things, and we have to push hard, and that's what's being done here at the Congress. And we're not holding still. And we're pretty darn serious about it. So, 22nd Chaos Communication Congress. It started in Hamburg in 1984 with a reason, because this is the Orwellian year, and it was sort of the icon, the symbol of surveillance, oppression, and everything. Funny enough, This year is more or less the time that even in Germany we get all these laws and rules that we thought would probably already exist 1984. Took some time. But these issues are coming up again and again. So in 1984, this whole event was a very small island of people who knew, who had an idea that computers are going to have a really important impact on society. And as you can see, we later on moved to Berlin, and today this event grew to a fascinating event. It was 2 days when it started. Now it's the first year we have opened the fourth day, because we felt it was very important to give enough time to meet and give enough time to talk about these issues. So, what can you expect from the Congress this year? I'm going to talk about where you can get information from, who you should contact if you're a speaker, where you can get your telephone services, and your network services, of course. Very cool. And of course, where you can get medical help if you need it. So first of all, there's the info desk. You find it at the ground floor at B01. That's the place where you should ask first. Whenever you don't really know who to ask, go to the info desk. They might know it. At least they can point you to the right person to ask. That's pretty important. They got lists of hotels, they got maps, they got schedules, they got everything. And if they don't, they will try. And you can also get the proceedings there. And if you want to stay in the gym, you can go to the entrance and get your ticket there. If you're a speaker, head over to the conference room, which is down there, on the left side. B03, that's the point. And that's your first stop as a speaker. You get all the support you need, and please make sure that you check in there first, because we want to know that you're there and want to make sure that you have everything you need. You can also use the speaker room to make dates for interviews and such. This is also important for other people. It's not the info desk. Only go there if you really have something that's related to being a speaker. One of the more important facilities is the POC, the Phone Operation Center. You might already have known about this, heard about this. You can get your DECT handset and go to the registration there, and then you have a phone book, you have free dial in, you have free dial out as well, over the internet. Totally modern. And you can also listen to lectures on the phone. So in case you're missing something because you're stuck in a talk somewhere, you can use your telephone. And if you don't have one, get one. Over there is a supermarket, electronics store. You can get there, and I heard you can return it if you don't like it. Also important, the Network Operations Center. These guys have done an incredible job this year. You all know that there have been issues with networking from Congress to Congress, and that's because it's not an easy task to provide a well-running network for such a large crowd of people, where 80% is always trying to get around anything. So there's a wired and a wireless network, and from what I know, it's working since yesterday, and it's working well so far, which is really cool. In case you have a network question, there's a Network Operations Center help desk at the ground floor and at the basement as well. All network-related questions should go there. And if you've got a server you want to host, ask them. They might be able to help. And please stay calm at all times. It's very important. Medical help is provided by the CERT, the Chaos Emergency Response Team, which you find at the ground floor on the right. They got their room there. So that's the place for first aid, first responders. You get medical assistance there if you need it, and maybe you even need psychological assistance, I don't know. If you need anything, if you're in need in anything, you know, ask them, go there, maybe go there before you might need it in case of trouble. I said it. Just below this main hall here is the art and beauty area. That's our place for food, drinks, music, visuals, other funny projects. You find the blinking area there with the funny blinking projects, mechatronics, this small-sized robotics. There's a lockpicking lounge, there's a Go lounge that you can enjoy, and the crew of Visual Berlin is doing the visuals and is doing music as well for your pleasure. And below that is the Hack Center, the whole basement. There are quite a few projects to check out. I can't name them all. You can look at the wiki, for instance. There's an extra lounge area. This time, I hope this will be well received. There's also an open workshop area, which I'm going to mention later on. And of course, beware of all the cabling and the evil hacksaws. So where can you get information from? Online, from the public wiki. That's the most important point. Everything is there. And what's not there is probably mentioned here. The events weblog will be filled during the Congress as well, and we are using this to point you to very important stuff. So keep subscribed to this events weblog, and keep subscribed to it even after the Congress, because we're going to use this outlet for all the other upcoming events of the Chaos Computer Club in the coming time. Of course, there's the Fahrplan, our schedule, also online. We had some changes to the Fahrplan already. One speaker couldn't come. There was a slight change. So just make sure that it's actually what you think it is from looking at the booklet. It's 95% okay. And the changes are not dramatic, but just make sure you've seen that. There's also an RSC backchannel system. So for every talk, there's an online channel, RSC Congress CCCDE. If you are logged in there, you can always see what's coming up. So you'll have an automatic notification of upcoming events. And you can also talk. So there's one channel per room, and you can just talk to other people about the talk. Also, there's the OLSR community over there, showing their wireless stuff. Wikipedia has joined us again over there. The Vauland Foundation you find in the basement. There's the BSD communities around, and a lot more. I couldn't name them all. Check out the wiki, as I said. One word about angels. Please keep in mind, this is still a volunteer-driven event. I know we have raised the prices because we had to, but this would cost a lot more if we wouldn't have the support of a huge number of volunteers. And what's most important is the work of the Chaos Angels, all the volunteers that actually help out here at the event itself, not only the volunteer effort that's being put inside. Yeah, and please show the politeness you expect to receive from everybody, because that's the only way it works. And also, you could be one. We're still looking for people to help out. There's the Angel Room in the basement, and there's also another volunteer meeting if you want to help us with announcing talks. We still have some slots to fill there. There's a meeting. Oh, it's actually not room 2. It's the speaker room. Sorry, that's a mistake. Okay, regarding the conference program, this time we have 4 lecture rooms. Last year we had 6, and we had to reduce that because it was just getting out of hand. We had too many people in the rooms. I'm still sure that everything's going to be crowded, so don't complain. There's just no other way. I mean, this building has its size, and we can't expand it on demand, unfortunately. Everything starts at 11, so we shifted everything a bit 1 hour. To well, accommodate for the usual sleeping practices.